Hi, Nazym. So I see we have more essays from you. Good. Let's get right into this. Okay. Contemporary schools' role is a controversial issue raising debates in schools. All right. Why did you write schools and schools? So you could have just said raising many debates. Okay. And then I believe the discussion is more focused on students' background meeting the university requirements rather than students' amusement at school. The reason I have a problem with this is because you've never told us what this controversial issue is. I mean, you've said that there's a controversial issue regarding the role, but you never really expressed which part of that is controversial. So you need to be a little more specific here, a little more direct. So this essay will analyze both issues and use examples from views. What? From views? Which views? To demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay. And I don't really understand this part either. I believe the discussion is more focused on students' background meeting the university requirements. So what are you saying? You can understand here that the entire introduction is confusing because I never know what this issue is. And then you talk about students' background meeting the university requirements. So what are you trying to tell us? That you think that we should focus more on education? So there's a lot of ambiguity here in this introduction, okay? All right, let's move on. Firstly, education has to meet challenges, the challenges of modern life. This is because due to a high necessity for scholars to develop skills which will assist them in being admitted to top-tier universities. All right, this again is also really complicated. So this is due to a high necessity for scholars to develop skills which will assist them in being admitted to. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this was what was confusing here. For example, private education institutes in the U.S. focus their key activities on studies. Therefore, these school graduates are all heading to the Ivy League to be almost immediately admitted. Unfortunately, school entertainment does not bring scholars the required skill sets, no S, and here you do need one, necessary for entrance to the top U.S. universities. Okay, fine. You could see again that because of this redundancy here, it was a little confusing. It's fine. I mean, you could have developed a little more fully, but it's fine. All right, so secondly, schools focusing on education require their students to be disciplined. This is because such schools set performance criteria for students to meet, whereas more entertainment-oriented schools do not take students' academic achievement seriously. Okay, I like that sentence really quite a bit. For example, a recent UNICEF study indicates that a performance-focused student spends on average 4 hours daily preparing homework without the A, while a student looking for fun spends at most 1 hour a day to prepare schoolwork. Again, no A. Consequently, the last student is not able to provide a well-developed project. Sorry. You mean the latter student? I think that's what you mean. But you're making a mental leap here. Now, why do you assume that because this person spends less time that they're not able to do this? So it's like I feel like you've jumped from point A to point D, but you haven't filled us in on why you assume that less time doing homework means inability to do a well-developed project. Do you understand what I mean? I feel like we're missing information here. Okay, so moving on. As a conclusion from the examples and arguments given, I firmly agree that schools should serve the only one purpose they were originally created for, which is education. In the future, people with solid school skills will be far more valuable. Way more valuable is just too informal, okay? So use far more instead. Will be far more valuable than former students of fun-making schools. I don't like fun-making. It's as if we're making fun. It's like they teach us to make fun of things and people, so you want something different. You want to say like something like entertaining or, I don't know, something like that. Okay? Let's take a look at your second essay here. Doing an indoor activity with a child. Okay, so modern children activities contribution to the development is a highly controversial issue among parents in Kazakhstan. All right, let's fix this a little. So, the activities of modern children and their contribution to their development is a highly controversial issue among parents in Kazakhstan. I think that works a little better. What do you think? I believe debates are concentrated more on practical application of skills brought by entertaining activities rather than horizon-broadening views developed by reading. Let me see if I understood that correctly. Okay, I still have to kind of wrap my head around that, but all right. This essay will analyze both issues and use examples from both skills development, from delightful activities and reading to demonstrate points and state arguments. Okay, fine. Okay, so I've now read your introduction like 3 or 4 times, and my biggest problem with it is this sentence right here. We're not concerned with what the debates are concentrated on. What we're concerned about is your opinion on what side you take on the debate. Okay, so I feel like this sentence isn't really telling us anything. So what I want to see from you is that I believe that more practical application of skills are brought by entertaining activities rather than horizon broadening, developed by something like that. I hope that makes sense, but that's what I'm concerned with. I don't know where you stand on the issue. Okay, so let's go to your body paragraphs now. Firstly, the modern world offers a variety of entertainment activities other than reading. This is because every smartphone has a number of game development applications. Dealing with these applications makes a person to develop programming skills. It does? I mean, it helps you deal with technology, but does it really help you program? Okay, a particularly good example here would be Minecraft's special application, which offers learning some basic coding skills in Java. Okay, fine. So after coding 12 levels of Minecraft, you don't need game here, a student receives a certificate stating the student earned elementary Java skills. Therefore, the youngster can now progress further in programming and develop spatial skills. All right, that's very interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, good. Secondly, physical activities, especially sport, are becoming increasingly popular as they assist children in developing competitive qualities and cognitive skills. This is because many sport activities require children to work in teams. For instance, a UNICEF study, I needed an article here. A UNICEF study on children's sport activities reported that a child attending team sports is more supportive to his peers compared to a child who does not attend any sports activity. Consequently, sport activities are essential in developing communication skills compared to reading. Nice, I like that. To conclude from the examples and arguments given, I firmly agree that enjoyable activities enhance a child's development, rather than looking through books. Well, not rather than, but more than looking through books. In this challenging world, soft skills development is more vital than broadening the mind. Well, careful with this, because somebody could tell you that soft skill development does broaden the mind. So choose a different expression here, okay? I liked the essay on the whole, though, even though I struggled with a couple of sentences here and there. It was a good attempt, okay? So now, obviously, what you need to do is correct these essays. You need to add the errors to your error correction list. Send these back to us with your new essays. Try to do this within the next 24 hours or so. Alrighty, so that brings us to the end of this correction. I'll let you go correct your essays now, and I can't wait to see what you write next.